Hello everyone, welcome back to the Life and Times of Mulch. That's me. Today we are doing stages 9, 10 and 11 of Build the Batmobile from Fanhome. Oh yeah, my voice always goes like this when I have to build Batman. Let's do it, Alfred. Let's do it. Hello everyone, welcome back to Gotham City and Build the Batmobile from the classic 1966 TV series. We've got stages 9, 10 and 11. Now I know what you're thinking, where are the other 3 stages? Well, I do have them, but I just think that 6 stages with the amount of stuff there is to do, the video will just be too long and people just will not watch it. So I've decided from now on to break it down, and every pack or every video will be just 3 parts. So I hope that's okay. With that being said, let's get on to the next stage. And here is stage 9, book 9, and season 1, episode 9, Zelda the Great. Batman number 1. Batman year by year. And in stage 9, these are the parts that we've got. And we're going to be doing more of the engine. We've got all our bits, and we've got some wires there to do as well. So some wiring up, and that's what hopefully it will look like when we're all done. So let's have a look at the parts for stage 9. And here is everything we get in stage 9. Let's open it up. Oh, we've also got some CM screws, AM screws, and some AP screws. So let's get this all open up, see what we need to do in the first part. Okay, firstly, we're going to take this part of the cylinder head and the cylinder head cover, and we're going to match that up so it looks like that. And then we're going to put 2 AP screws, one there and one there, like I say, using the AP screws. So let's get them in. So when that's together, that's going to look like that. Next, we're going to take the right exhaust manifold, and you can see these tabs here and here, and we've got 2 holes here and here. That's going to pass through and line up these 2 holes, and we're going to screw those in with some AM screws. Okay, and that will look like that. Okay, next we're going to take this radiator pipe, and we're going to put it in the section we have started to create, and it's going to go in this hole just here, and it should just push in. So let's do that. Okay, and it just pushes in. Next, off this sprue, we've got 5 spark plugs. We only need 4 of them, so take them off the sprue, ready to load onto the cylinder head. Then we're going to take those spark plugs and we're going to put them in these 4 holes here, 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 and here. And when that's done, that'll look like that. Okay, moving on. Then we need to bring over this that we've done in the previous pack, and we need to attach the cylinder head where them 2 lugs are just there. Going to marry up with these 2 holes there, so it sits in quite nicely. And then when you turn it over, we're going to screw it in. Them CM screws that we threaded earlier, they're going to go in there and there. So let's get them in and attach all that up. And that's all attached and should look like that. Again, just show you from the other side, we put them 2 screws in. Okay, let's see what's next. And the next thing we need to do is we need to cut our cable or wires. So we've got this big length of black cable here, and we need to cut all the lengths. Gives us all the lengths of what we need: 70, 80, 90 and 100 mil. So get them all cut and then we'll start fitting the wires. So let's get the wires cut first. So the first lead is going to go from the first plug nearest to this end, and this is the 70 mil lead. Now I hope you have better leads than I do. Mine have kinks and all sorts in, so I don't know how great it's going to look, but hey, considering how much you're going to actually see this, it doesn't matter too much. Okay, that's all the leads in. It's fairly self-explanatory. The first one is a 70, then the 80, 90, 100, and they go in to this bit on the top here. This is the 100, this is the 90, this is the 70, this is the 80. And that, it should look something like that. Don't worry too much about where these are going. I'm sure it's not going to really matter too much, but just try and tidy them up as best you can so it looks something like that. Okay, after playing with wires, we move on to stage number 10. Season 1, episode 10, A Death Worse Than Fate. Let's have a quick look through the rest of the magazine, and our car parts hammer is still obviously working more on the engine. Quite a lot of little parts on this one, so let's get cracking, have a look at the parts and see what we need to do first. Alright, as well as some more AP screws and DM screws, we've got this bit of silver tubing there, and we've got all these parts for part number 10 in there. So let's get it open and let's see what we need to do to start with. Right, the first thing we have to do on this part, as you can see, there's a D-shaped pattern in there, and we need this very small piece here that's also got a D-shaped pattern on. We're just going to push them in, and that is pushed into there. Next we need to take this large piece and the piece that we just did that push on bit, that's going to go on these 4 holes there, and it's going to go that way around, just like that, and that's going to go in with 4 AP screws on all the 4 corners. So I'll get that in, and when that's all in, that will look like that. Okay, next we've got these very small pieces here, and they are going either side in them holes there and there. So I'll get them in and you can have a closer look. If you look from the top, they are actually angled, so you can get them the right way around, but they just push in. Okay. Next we need to take this long wire that we've got, a long cable, and we've got to cut it into 2 lengths of 60 mil. Then having this piece this way round, I'm going to put one of them 60 mil pipes on this piece just here. So let's get that on. Just like that. Next we need to take this piece and it's going to go over here, connecting that middle piece there over here, and that pin is going to go into that hole there. And then when that's all in, just stick an AP screw in the middle. Just like that. Alright, next we've got this little piece here, and in the side there's a little D-shaped pattern. In that D-shaped pattern is going this even smaller piece. So I'll put it in and then I'll show you what it looks like. That's what it looks like pushed in. This other piece that's got another D-shaped pattern in, and the piece that we've just put together, the D-shaped pattern on the bottom of that will go into this piece. It'll make more sense when I put it together. Let's go. And that is that bit pushed into there. It's all pushing. It looks like that. And then when they're all done, that tiny piece that we created is just going to push into those two holes on the top of there, like so. And it's going to look like that. Lovely. Next, another couple of small bits. Lots of small bits in this, so apologies. And lots of D-shaped patterns. We got one here, and on the end of here, that's going to go in there. So let's push that in. That's going to look like that. Then with another one of our friendly AP screws, that's going to go over and screw onto there. Let's get that attached. And that goes on the end like that. Then we have to assemble the vacuum line, which is this little piece here. This is the other length of 60 that we cut, and then this is the other piece of longer pipe that goes on. And then we need to attach this onto this, and that's going to go into that hole just there. Again, it's just a push in, and it should look like that. Next, we need to turn this upside down. So this little piece that you added is sticking out this side. Then we've got this chunky bracket, and it goes over those two holes. And we're going to put more of our AP screws, one in there and one in there. Okay, that's in like that. Okay, next we need to bring over this that we've been creating and this that we've been creating and put it together. So it just goes over, so it looks like that from the top. And that will line up with that corresponding hole there. And we're just going to put one screw in, and it's going to be a DM screw. And it's going to go in there and pull all this together. Okay, so that's all attached. And then the last thing we need to do in this stage, this pipe and this pipe, we're going to attach to here and here. Just like that. That's everything in that stage. Let's have a look. Moving on to stage 11. Again, you can see why I've knocked it down to just 3 stages rather than 6. There's a hell of a lot of little parts in that stage. Anyway, season 1, episode 11. A riddle a day keeps the riddler away. Quick look through the magazine. See what you're going to get if you do this subscription. And obviously we're going to do more parts to the fitting the pump and filter. So let's take a look. These are all the parts. So let's crack it open and see what's first. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take these 2 pieces and we're basically going to put these together so they look like that. And then we're going to put a screw in the top, which is an AM screw, to hold all that together. Okay, just like that. Then we're going to bring over this big bit of metal, the engine block, and the piece that we just created. That's going to go in that hole just there, and it's going to be fixed around the back with another AM screw. And that should look like that. Next, we take this small piece here, and that's just going to push in to this hole here. Okay, that will just push in there. Next, we're going to fit our oil pan that we created in an earlier stage. That's going to go on the bottom with these holes here. And that's going to be connected from the back with some AP screws here and here. And once that's attached, we're just going to hook up our fuel line to this bit that we just put on here. I'm actually going to just trim that down a bit, just so there's not so much of a kink in there. There you go, just trim that down a little bit. Okay, next we're going to take some more of our cable wire, and we're going to fit it to this part, this piece just sticking out there. Put that on to there, like so, and then the end of this goes in the D-shaped pattern that we have just in there. And it just pushes on. And that looks like that. Then that just gets pushed onto here where that hole is there, and that corresponding piece there. Push that in. It looks like that. And lastly, we've got this piece, and again it's just to push in where this hole is there. That's going to push in just like so. And there you go, we're done with stages 9, 10 and 11. Lots of little details on the engine block, all these pipes and tubes, and all these bits will eventually go together like something like that. Hello, I'm just butting in to myself speaking to let you know that we did get a little freebie with this pack. We got some prints. Now, I've got a favourite, so we'll save that one to last. We've got 3 prints. Batman and Robin flying along in the Batmobile. Nice quality. Again, they came bent, so I've had to flatten them out. So there's always a little kink in the poster, but hey ho, what can you do? One of Mr. Adam West there in the red. Reminds me a lot of the new royal painting of King Charles with all the red. Anyway, that's print number 2, and my favourite, Watch Out Old Chum. Really like that. It's got a real retro feel to it, so that'll be going in a frame and up on the wall before time, I'm sure. So that is the freebie. Now let's get back to me chatting whatever I'm chatting about. Come on, let's go and see what you've got to say. Well, what I've got to say. Just go to me now. Like I say, there was 6 stages that were sent to me, but I've split them down into 2 halves because I think there's just too much and it would just be too long a video for you guys to sit through. And I don't want to put you through any more than you have to put up with this. Yes, I've got another cold, that's why I sound like this. I'm very sorry. So if I sniffed in the video, I apologise. Anyway, this is what we've created. I want to get to the car, the bits that you see, but you know, it'll be interesting. I'll bore everyone to tears and lift up the bonnet and go, look at what I built on the engine as well. Oh yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you enjoyed these stages, and the next 3 stages will be coming along very soon, I am sure. But stick with me and stick with the Life and Times of Mulch. Thanks for doing so until now, and we'll see you next time for more of these little bits. I don't even know what half of it is. See ya.